It's week 9 of the NFL, and we've got the Dolphins' rangy quarterback. He's one of the last guys you want to target in coverage. It's the Dolphins and the Jets coming up next.
Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaunton, and Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they come in riding high. Just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in week 9? And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. At a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he's probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. You talk about this Miami defense. Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and put... turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield, but all you're seeing is
the Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Now Tua. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Tua going to give this to Wright. And a nice little start as he's able to get this up to the 28. A look there at the numbers last week for Wright. 6 carries and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold him a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. The Dolphins at 7-1 now on the year, and they've been cooking these last couple months. Winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And as much as we hate to play this game, you know I'm going to do it anyway. Extrapolate that over a full season. What does that come out to, partner? 14-2. And anyone in the NFL, they'd sign up for that record, that's for sure.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Looking to pass. Tua. Got an open man. It's Washington. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Here's Wright. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smacked down. 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Tua going to throw. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Jets offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. And he's run the ball well to this point in the season, right there in the mix for NFL leaders in rushing. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play. Not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Malachi Corley. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
On 3rd down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the first down line. They were able to get him down and force the punt.
Jamie Gillen now on to punt. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So Miami coming out for their second drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On play action, here's Tua. And he'll throw this one away, but I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. We saw it too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. From the gun, it's Tua. Short throw to Smith. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Jake Camarda now. And take it right on the 30. We'll call it a 42-yard punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
The numbers for Hall in last week's ball game: 16 carries, 69 yards.
You know he's proud of his standing as the league's number 3 rusher, and those linemen in front of him, they're just as proud, but they all have the same goal in mind. Get him to number 1 in the league and celebrate a rushing title at the end of the year. That starts with a good game here.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. You talk about this Miami defense. They were terrific last week against Buffalo in that victory.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw it with Griffin. It's Williams on the catch. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
3rd and 2. They'll run with Hall. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards. But instead, offense out there. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Hall. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. That went out wide. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And they finally put it into this return.
Another poorly designed play in this game. I was just trying it. Anyway, sucks.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Hall on a give up the middle. Down at the 35. It'll be 2nd down. Give him 2 yards on the gain there, and it will take us to the end of quarter number 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Griffin. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And now we've got a stoppage for an injured player, and that appears to be Garrett Wilson, who is shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Play action. It's Griffin. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
The Jets on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. To throw again is Griffin. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 4th down. And Jake Moody now on for the field goal. It'll be from the right hash and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick is good. And they are on the board but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. And finally, he's out of bounds. But how about that return? All the way inside the 20 and into the red zone.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. On the handoff, Abanikanda. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get him into a manageable 3rd down because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll set up the screen to Abanikanda. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a 1st down.
Tua sets up to pass it. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jonnu Smith from 8 yards out. And the Dolphins are able to add on to that lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was Jonnu Smith, the big tight end, who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And New York set to take the field. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Now Hall to start the drive. And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 54 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good. Yeah. Backside guys,
meh.
That's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. Hall again. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Griffin. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Here's Griffin. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Griffin. And that is incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Griffin. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Griffin. This completes to Corley. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. Now Griffin. That's complete right around the 8. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Griffin will throw again. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Will Mallory, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets have got it back to within a score. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Moody good with the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told, and it ends with a Jet touchdown. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. Sitting at first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Inside the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Brevin Jordan, 70 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Powering his way forward. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Jets take it over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen, put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. That one taken in by Corley. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The Jets on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Now it's Griffin. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
They brought in a heavy set on third down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now it's Griffin. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Griffin. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Here's Griffin to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Jalen Phillips in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Griffin going to keep it himself, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 4th down now after a loss of 2, and not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
One-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. 30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Now, that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, and that one tied 14 apiece in the second quarter. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Tampa Bay Bucks. The Texas man, Bijan Robinson, a touchdown run. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. Juju Smith-Schuster, a touchdown reception. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40 of the Dolphins offense, and receiver Jalen Waddle getting set for this next possession. And as we move deeper into the season, he continues to put up big numbers on a weekly basis. As you see here, he's the NFL's leader in receptions to this point of the year. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Play action. Now it's Tua. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. A give up the middle to right. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. It's caught, Smith. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. Tua on fourth down. That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So they convert on fourth, and now from just outside the 30, here's first and 10. Now Tua. Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. From the 23, here's second down and 2. Looking to pass. Tua. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Only a yard on the completion. It's second and goal. Tua to throw again. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jonnu Smith with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Sanders on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Jonnu Smith, the big tight end, who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Well, now how about this return? And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Griffin. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll go again with Hall. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. The Dolphins offense and Tua Tagovailoa headed back out onto the field. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. They'll work the middle here with Wright. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Touchdown! Jalen Waddle, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins add 6 to their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
79 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Here's Griffin. Taken in left side, it's Wilson. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Now Griffin. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Tua going to throw. They'll set up the screen to Abanikanda. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Fielded just inside the 20. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Ball on the 27. Here's second down and 7. Here's Griffin. And check down completes a Hall. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there and a first down. Griffin. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. He may go. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Throwing after the interception. Griffin throwing quickly to Wilson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So from the 37, here's 2nd and a couple. From the gun, it's Griffin. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. Back to throw. Griffin. He finds Wilson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw again is Griffin. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
They'll give to Hall. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Here's Hall again. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Give to Hall running right. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. The Jets on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Jets are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll run with Hall. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. Now Griffin. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Miami defense trying to keep him out. They haven't let him in yet. Can they hold again here on third and goal? They'll look to run with Hall. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. They'll try to run with Hall. And this time he is in. Breece Hall with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Moody good with the extra point, and that will cut this lead down to 25. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll begin on the ground here with Abanikanda, and he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. 53 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. Abanikanda on 1st and 10. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. Tua going to give this to Wright. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And they'll go right back to Wright. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets them down to about the 2-yard line, knocking on the door. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, obviously, Charles, no more points were needed, but some teams just can't resist the urge to keep adding on, and they did just that here in the 4th quarter.
And we've certainly been on the call to see many teams do exactly that over the years, Brandon. Some to even more impressive degrees. In the end, it always comes back to there's still a defense out there, and it's still a game of NFL football. So if you don't like what's happening, it's up to you to get them stopped.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. And New York set to take the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now Browning. Open man here is Conklin. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Here's Browning. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, Browning. He still brings it in off the tip here on the deep shot. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season, but on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Miami, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year, and they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.